On the news this morning, Governor Obiano reiterates his government will continue to create enabling environment for the youth to thrive. Anambra State government takes off over 100 beggars mentally challenged from parts of Awka, Onitsha. Federal government opens financial bids for Afam Power, Yobe Disco for 2 firms. Bahrain strips 100% of their nationality for their links to Iran's terrorist group. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Mokoye. Governor Willie Obiano has charged core members serving in the state to contribute meaningfully to the social, economic and technological advancement of Anambra State. Governor Obiano gave this charge during the closing ceremony of the 2019 Batch A orientation course held at NYSC Orientation Camp, Omonya, Oyi local government area. Our correspondent Chibuzo Okoye completes the story.
The 3 weeks orientation course closed, Governor Obiano, represented by the Commissioner for Youth Empowerment and Creative Economy, Mr. Bonaventure Enamali, said that his administration has demonstrated unalloyed confidence in the ability of the youth by opening up all avenues for their participation in governance, and pointed out that ample opportunity shall be given to them to contribute and excel in the implementation of government programs, especially in the areas of providing manpower for quality education, primary health care services, agricultural development, environmental sanitation, as well as urban and rural beautification programs.
Ample opportunity shall be given to you to contribute and excel in the implementation of government programs, especially in the areas of providing manpower for qualitative education, primary health care services, agricultural development, environmental sanitation and urban-rural beautification programs.
In his address, the Anambra State NYSC State Coordinator, Mr. Kehinde Aremu, urged the core members to see themselves as revolutionary torchbearers, good ambassadors of the leading youth organizations in Africa, and shining examples for other youths to emulate, and affirmed that the core members have displayed extraordinary resilience, responsibility, perseverance, and discipline throughout their stay on camp, and appealed for more operational vehicles from the state government to enable them monitor activities of the core members in their various places of their primary assignment.
Stimulated the course, I can proudly affirm that the experience garnered from this course has prepared this batch of core members for the great task of nation building. I wish to quickly report that these core members displayed extraordinary resilience, extraordinary sense of responsibility, extraordinary perseverance and discipline throughout their stay on this camp.
One of the core members, Mr. Agede Richards from Edo State, who studied philosophy at the Kogi State University, told the ABS that he will leave an indelible legacy in Anambra State during his 1-year national service.
I believe that in this 1 year I'm going to be in Anambra State, I'm going to explore and impact the city. And if possible, I believe that my legacy will not be erased here.
Quick and slow march past, as well as 3 hearty cheers for Governor Willie Obiano, added glamour to the exercise. From NYSC Orientation Camp, Omonya, in Oyi local government area, it's been Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Over 100 beggars and mentally challenged people have been removed from parts of Onitsha and Awka by the Anambra State government. The operation was carried out by a joint task force led by the Ministry of Social Welfare, Children and Women Affairs. Correspondent Daniel Ezigwe monitored the exercise and now completes this report.
The beggars operating at Main Market, Bridgehead, Upper Iweka, and Unizik Junction, Awka, were mostly women, most of whom faked their impairments and used hired children to carry out their business, with a woman using as many as 4 kids. The raid, which began last year, is part of the initiative of the Anambra State government to rid the streets of the state of beggars and mentally challenged, with some of the mentally impaired persons taken to the Integer Rehabilitation Center for treatment and reconnection with their families. The Commissioner for Transport, Honorable Uchenna Okafo, who who also took part in the exercise, said the present leadership of Governor Willie Obiano was keen on absolute sanity on major parts of the state and noted that those picked up would be examined to sort out the genuinely sick ones from the fakers.
What they are doing here is affecting the future of the children. What we're trying to do is to secure the future of the children by making sure we take care of their parents and also send the children back to school.
For the Commissioner for Social Welfare, Children and Women Affairs, Lady Ndidimezuo, whose ministry is spearheading the activity, the apprehended beggars who are not from Anambra State will be officially repatriated to their home states, while sustained efforts are on ground to ensure that those picked up will not go back to the streets.
The most annoying part of the whole thing is that half of them are from the neighboring states. We want to take them back to their home states through the Ministry of Women Affairs of the various states. So that is exactly what we are doing.
The commissioner also provided a wheelchair for one of the child beggars who is walking impaired in Oka. Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
The Anambra State government has arrested another 3 persons over illegal ticket sales, tax and levy collections. The alleged illegal tax collectors, who aged between 45 and 50, operate within the Equilobia market axis. Our correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
The arrest, carried out by the State Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Industry, is in line with the state government's directive and efforts to fight against defrauding of traders in markets across the state by hoodlums who claim to be working for the government or private bodies. Addressing newsmen at the Jerome Udoji Secretariat, Oka, shortly after the exercise, the State Commissioner for Trade, Commerce and Industry, Dr. Christian Madubuko, who described the act as a criminal one, said that the ministry has handed them over to police and the suspects would immediately be charged to court. Dr. Madubuko disclosed that the state government decided to cancel payment of all levies for 3 months in markets around the state to harness the collection of internally generated revenue for optimal returns, regretting that the state has lost huge amount of money to illegal tax collectors, which according to him has led to continuous dwindling of the state IGR. He said that over 700 persons have been prosecuted already by the state government over the illegal act, and explained that it will continue to do so until sanity is brought to the system.
They accustom the traders and they extort money from them, and when you ask them, they will begin to bring out all kinds of authority letters. So these letters were not authorized by the state government. So these are the things we are fighting to stop. And for us to get it right, we must deal ruthlessly with anybody found to be doing that.
Speaking, the leader of the team, Mr. Francis Eze, who pleaded not guilty, explained that he bought the land at 5.2 million naira and has invested over 3 million naira in building over 22 stores on it. He explained that he rented it out to oil dealers in the area who were formerly staying along the expressway, claiming that he has authorization from the Agwata local government to collect dues and levies.
To local government, Ministry of Trade and Commerce and Agwata, they approve.
From Jerome Udoji Secretariat in Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
In a similar development, the Anambra State government, through the Ministry of Environment, has arrested 8 persons over indiscriminate washing of cars along the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo is here again for details.
The Ministry of Environment, in collaboration with the Anambra Traffic Management Agency, ATMA, arrested the people for allegedly contributing to the damaging of the road with water which flows from the car wash outfit to the main road, creating potholes on the road. Speaking, the Commissioner for Environment, Architect Mike Okonkwo, stated that the arrest is in line with the state government's efforts towards putting an end to artificial causes of erosion in the state, regretting that those arrested could not adhere to directives of the government, as according to him, they have been severally warned before the arrest. Explaining that such practice has claimed lives along the expressway, Architect Okonkwo disclosed that they will be charged to court to serve as a deterrent to others.
This is a typical example. We had just raided and arrested the people operating car wash illegally because they cited it without approval, and as such they have been messing up notoriously at the corner of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway and this to Biako, a place that has been known to cause a lot of accidents. And part of it is because they dig hole with their car wash water being channeled into the road. So they cause potholes.
Responding, the manager of the car wash, Mr. Chukwuike Ezenwa, who admitted that they have received several warnings from the government on the issue, pleaded for forgiveness, saying that they have commenced rechanneling of the drainage so as to prevent water from entering the main road.
So they came this morning and said that our water is going out of. We told them that it is not our water, it is the rain that fell yesterday. Pleading to them that it's not that we are the cause, but the problem is that the drainage is blocked. Even though we do not wash car there, that water will always goes out because you didn't see a place to enter.
Those arrested have been handed over to the Nigeria police and will be charged to court. From the Jerome Udoji Secretariat in Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Now, an Anambra State Magistrate Court sitting at Ogide in Idemele Council area, presided over by Magistrate O.M. Kano, has adjourned till the 16th day of May 2019 a case of conspiracy, felony, assault and stealing among others brought before it against some immediate past leaders of the People's Club of Nigeria Onitsha branch. The State Commissioner of Police had approached the court against Chief Lawrence Arinze, Chief Ruben Opala, Dr. Michael Ikegolo, Chief Ikechukwu Iwoha, and Mr. Ferdinand Onoha, all former executive members of the Onitsha branch of the People's Club of Nigeria. Correspondent Ejike Abana has details.
The defendants were alleged to have committed the crime in question, where one Chief John Onwazo, the chairman of People's Club of Nigeria, Onitsha branch, was allegedly beaten and his phones, valued at 100,000 naira, carted away. In the course of taking action against them in a law court, a bench warrant was issued by the magistrate when the defendants failed to appear before him, consequent upon which the two of the defendants later appeared before him. When the case came up for hearing, two of the defendants were docked, while counsel to the defendants pleaded that one of them has a partial stroke, which incapacitated him from attending court session. Two other defendants are still at large as at the time of filing this report. Magistrate Kano asked their lawyer to caution them against eluding justice, as the law will always prevail at the end. Speaking to the ABS, counsel to the complainant, Chief Jidofo Okongu, said that as a law-abiding citizen, his clients followed the process of law to ensure that justice is served. Chief Okongu, who is the chairman of Nigeria Bar Association and Onitsha branch, expressed satisfaction at the way the matter is being handled so far, giving assurances that they respect the court and will be patient for it to do the right thing.
It has advised the counsel representing the defendants to advise them properly to appear before the court. That the court is not is there to do justice to everybody. That they cannot run forever. So why are they running away? Let them appear in court like a good citizen. Appear in court and answer to their charges. They have their lawyer to defend them. So it's only those who are guilty are running away. If you know you didn't do anything, come and defend yourself.
He was suspended from his branch since 2017 with his cohorts. So since that time, he just run to that national headquarters there at Owerri Road. He called all those scouts, all those that have been south. They are there causing problem.
Because we visited the club headquarters and discovered that some miscreants, expired members, broke the keys of one of the halls. And they were having an illegal meeting there. Then the chairman of the management committee, whose duty it is by constitutionally to look after the headquarters, all the structures there, saw some expelled members there and started to take picture of them so that we use it and explain that they were there. Then suddenly one expelled member from Aba branch, who is more or less a thug, pounced on him and aided by one other tough thug, pounced on him and grabbed the phone from him and stole the phone, the two phones that he had, with the pretext that he was trying to snap them.
The lawyer making appearances for the defendants declined speaking to the press on the matter. From the Magistrate Court, Ogede Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Now, from our national shuttle, the federal government has given its nod to 3 firms to proceed with the financial bids opening in the bid to acquire Afam Power PLC, an electricity generation company. It has also given approval to 1 firm, Quest Electric Nigeria Limited, to proceed with financial bid opening for Yola Power PLC, an electricity distribution company covering the northeastern part of the country. Head of Public Communications at the Bureau of Public Enterprises, Amina Othman, disclosed these in a statement made available to newsmen in Abuja. According to Othman, the National Council on Privatization, chaired by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, gave the approvals at its first meeting in 2019 in Abuja last week. Another major decision taken by the Council was the decision to put up Nigeria Communications Satellite Limited, operator of Nigeria's communications satellite, for privatization through a strategic core investor sale. A major characteristic of the decision on Afam Power PLC is the offering of 100% equity to the prospective core investor. Government had retained about 40% stake in the other generation and distribution companies that were earlier sold by the government in 2013. The National Bureau of Statistics has released the Consumer Price Index, which measures inflation, with the index dropping to 11.25% year-on-year in March 2019. The Bureau in the report said the 11.25% year-on-year inflation rate is 0.06 percentage points lower than the 11.31% recorded in February 2019. On a month-on-month basis, the report stated that the index increased by 0.79% in March, adding that this was 0.06 percentage points higher than the 0.73% recorded in February. The report stated that urban inflation rate increased by 11.54% year-on-year in March 2019 from 11.59% recorded in February, while the rural inflation rate increased by 10.99% in March from 11.05% in February. On the foreign scene, a Bayern court has sentenced 138 people to jail and revoked their citizenship on terror-related charges, the public prosecutor said. The jail term varies between 3 years and life term. The defendants were convicted of establishing a terror cell with links to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, Ahmad al-Hamadi said in a statement yesterday. A judicial source said all the defendants are members of the Shia community and the Sunni-ruled Gulf state. The High Criminal Court handed out life jail terms to 69 of the defendants, the prosecutor said, adding they were sentenced for crimes including joining a terrorist group, bombings, attempted murder, and receiving arms and explosives training. On sports news, former Germany goalkeeper Oliver Kahn is expected to take on a boardroom role at Bayern Munich as early as January 2020. Club president Uli Hoeneß has confirmed. Bayern CEO Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, whose contract expires in 2021, confirmed last week that former club captain Kahn is in line to be his successor. Hoeneß said that Kahn would return to Bayern at the beginning of next year in order to ease him into the job ahead of Rummenigge's departure. Hoeneß said that Kahn, who won a joint record 8 Bundesliga titles and made 632 appearances for Bayern before retiring in 2008, would be well suited to the role of CEO. And now remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV Online. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again, Governor Obiano has reiterated his government will continue to create enabling environment for the youth to thrive. Anambra State government has taken off over 100 beggars mentally challenged from parts of Awka and Onitsha. Federal government has appointed financial bids for Afam Power, Yobe Disco for 2 firms. Bahrain has stripped 100 persons of their nationality for their links to Iran's terrorist group. And that's just about it on the news for this morning. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. Good morning.